for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Whoa. Good evening, everybody. Fade to Black. Drinking that River Moon coffee. It is Thursday, March 9th, 2023. Got a great show tonight because Elisabeth Hoekstra is with us and her co-author. The new book is out. Olivia Smith is joining us. The book is called The Mother Earth Effect. We've talked about it before on the show. The book is officially out. The links for it are below. And we've got it throughout social media over on our website. You know what to go and do. We're going to be talking about grounding tonight. And before I get into a big, long bio read, everybody knows Elisabeth. She's one of my closest and dearest friends. And her co-author, Olivia, who I've been chatting with this afternoon, is also very, very, very cool. And Elisabeth today is the director of operations for Forbidden Knowledge, Inc. And Olivia is a producer of the award-winning Earthing movie, as well as the Earthing ambassador. She is also a master LP practitioner, master hypnotherapy practitioner, and co-author of Sacred Spaces. All of their links are below. Let's get straight to it. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Two of my favorite people are right here, Elisabeth Hoekstra and Olivia Smith. How you guys doing?
Hey.
I'm doing great. So wonderful to be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does it feel? Okay, so since I've got the both of you on, I'll say the name of the person that I'm asking the question, so that way we can not have everybody answer at the same time.
Gotcha.
But let me go with you first, Elisabeth. How does it feel? The book is now out. Hold it up. Let's see it. There it is. How does it feel?
You know what? It's such a euphoric feeling to be able to take something that you bring thought to, right? I remember the day that I called Olivia. I'm like, Olivia, what are we going to do? I want to do something with grounding. Let's write a book. Let me write a book. Let's do something. And she's like, maybe. And I was all hype. You remember, I was just super excited. I'm like, let's do this. And so to go from that day to this day, where now we made that thoughts into reality, like we took initiative, we took action and took the thoughts that were going on in our heads. And literally we are holding our thoughts in our hands today. And that feeling is really, it's unexplainable until you're able to do that for yourself. Really. I mean, I was tripped out after my first book. And it just feels the same. I mean, the excitement has not gone down to hold this one in my hand. So, yeah, I mean, it's great.
and Olivia, how does it feel for you? Number one, and number two, being around somebody like Elisabeth, who is a lot like yourself, in that you mentioned something. Well, now you got to do it because it's going to get done, right? And that's what happened with the book, right?
Yes. She called. And I had already been considering the book, and she called, and I was like, universe, it's happening. So Mother Earth came to life, and I'm so honored that we have so many wonderful women in this book that were willing to come and tell their stories.
Yes.
And to be a part of this project with Elisabeth and myself. And yes, Elisabeth and myself doing this book just meshed. It was very easy.
Yesterday was International Women's Day.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, very powerful. And that's every time I hang out with Elisabeth and Billy, and a little circle of friends and family. By the way, pets are okay on this show, Olivia. Elisabeth has got some very, very powerful friends. They just happen to be women that she surrounds herself with. And it's, for me, I mean, it's just inspiring. It's so powerful. It shows me where I'm weak. I'll tell you that, right? And that's the truth. So let's start here. Elisabeth and I have talked about this a few times on the show. I'm going to share some of my experiences with grounding, and there are going to be a large number of people tonight that grounding, they will be introduced to it tonight for the first time. So in the interest of transparency and clarity and all of that, Olivia, what's your definition of grounding? What is it?
For me, grounding is allowing your body to release inflammation straight out of the body just by putting your bare feet on the earth. And when you put your bare feet on the earth, the calmness that comes over the body and draining the pain, any aches and pain you may have, it's so simple. You can just go outside and put your feet on the earth. And also, what I find is once people start doing that, they start to crave it. But just going outside, walking barefoot, and allowing yourself to lose your mind and find your soul.
It's really well put. You know what, that when I look at it that way, everybody can laugh at the same time. That may be why when we were kids running around in bare feet, all day long, why we were so grounded, right? You know what I mean? Where you just feel so released and so fresh, and you just want to go. Yes. But that's exactly what's happening, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Olivia?
Yes, it's definitely happening. And it's just like when we're at the beach and we're walking right at the edge where the water starts to moisten the sand there. And you feel so happy, so joyful and peaceful when you're on the beach. And that sand, that little moisture. And sand holds moisture anyway, so wherever you are, and if your feet are in the sand, you just feel calm and relaxed. And I will say the first time that I grounded, I just couldn't believe, because I hated walking around barefoot in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
I had I'll just say a trigger from long ago, so I didn't do it. And then when I started doing this, I found my home within inside of me with Mother Earth.
When I was, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go way back. Probably 5 years old. I was running around in my bare feet, and I got stung by a bee on my big toe. Right? And I was like, that's the last I'm going to be doing that for a while. So sidewalks, isn't that weird? I don't think it's weird, but anyway, sidewalks, the street, dirt, all of that was fine. Grass and meat, no, I just wouldn't do it. I'm okay with it now, but yeah, I had serious trauma when I was 5 years old. Stepped on that bee and got stung. Hey, I heard. Are you guys ready for this? I'm going to shout this out to the chat room. I read this fact today. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Bees sting other bees.
Really?
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
I did not know either. I did not know that they do that to protect their territory from other bees.
Wow.
Their grassy air, all very territorial.
Wow.
And they know, and they will sting other bees.
Don't they die after they sting? After their stinger leaves their body?
I'm just telling. And so I read that and I jumped on, I'm like, no, that can't be right. It is.
Wow.
Bees sting other bees. Yeah. I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
I stopped the grounding conversation for that. It was worth it.
I like those little facts. We need that.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea. So yeah, it's not my 5-year-old me is the only one that's worried about getting stung by a bee. Bees are worried about getting stung by bees.
Wow.
I had no idea. Okay, so now I'm going to share some of my experiences, and I want to hear from you guys. Not necessarily other people's experiences, but I want to hear yours tonight, your experiences with grounding, and I'll share mine. But how do we make the transition in trying to explain the natural side of grounding, earthing, right? Walking outside in bare feet, that's grounding. You're grounding yourself to Mother Earth. Hence the name of the book, The Mother Earth Effect. And then there is grounding for yourself, or, while you sleep or while you work. So is it the same grounding that's going on?
No, it's not. So the people tend to get it confused, and which is why I really try to explain the science behind what grounding really is, because there are two different types of grounding. You can do yoga inside of your house on your yoga mat in front of your TV and ground yourself energetically, right? That's a different type of grounding, whereas that's not earthing though. That's not what the Mother Earth provides you. That's just grounding your energy, grounding your nervous system, which earthing also does ground your nervous system. But scientifically, the explanation is there's an abundance of negative ions all over the Earth's surface. And our bodies need that. They need electrons to be able to function properly. So when we literally connect ourselves to the earth, bare skin to the ground, or something that's conductive. Leather is conductive. Concrete is conductive. Asphalt is not conductive. So you can stand on the sidewalk and barefooted and be grounded, whereas you can't stand in the middle of the street and be grounded because certain things are not conductive. But when you're doing that, and when you have direct contact with the ground, you're sucking up the negative ions from the earth, and that is flooding your body with beautiful electrons that your body needs to function properly. Every cell in your body needs electrons to function. It's impossible to be chronically inflamed when you're grounded, because now your circulation is great. Your blood flow is great. There's, any type of pooled liquid, which is what inflammation is, will start circulating and going to the places that it needs to go, because that's what electrons provide your body. So the difference between grounding yourself, like your energy, and literally connecting to the earth and sucking up these electrons in your body is two completely different things.
So lying on my carpet watching TV is not grounding.
No.
What about we'll talk about how to connect to yourself in just a second and get the stuff done. What about walking around your house in bare feet? No. It just doesn't work that way, does it?
No.
And because for those, it's a very serious point that we need to convey here. Because walking around outside in the grass or on a beach or this, you are grounding to Mother Earth, but your house itself is ungrounded, right? Your plugs are grounded to Earth outside. That's what we're talking about here. But your house itself, no, that's not grounded. So once you walk in the front door and you're on the carpet, you're on the wood, that's it. It's over. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk next on about first the products that are involved here. Also, I want to say this. I got to make this point. Getting grounded is not expensive. I mean, it's amazingly inexpensive, right? I mean, the kit, which is going to get you grounded, your mattress, your thing, portable mat, cable, all that stuff. It's very, very inexpensive. It's not what people think.
Well, here's the thing about that. So it's inexpensive, but I mean that's all really on every single person's different situation of life, right?
Yeah.
So I mean something can be expensive to one person, which isn't for another. But here's the thing. It's inexpensive in the fact that it's going to help your body be healthy. It's going to heal you. It's going to take away ailments. I mean, if you get the book and you read this book, these beautiful ladies in this book, I mean, they tell their stories about how grounding literally has helped them get out of these physical ailments, right? So what you're doing is you're preventing dis-ease in the body, or you're protecting your body. And if you do have ailments, you're helping those ailments to basically recover, right? Because our bodies are so intelligent. I mean, we literally have everything that we need in these intelligent vessels to be able to function properly and heal ourselves. So at the end of the day, I mean, earthing just gives us back the stuff that we already have within us to heal ourselves. So it's non-expensive in the fact that it's going to help save your life. It's going to save your loved people's lives. I mean, it's just that's what I would compare the inexpensive to, because I mean,
and I also would say some people may be spending a large amount of money on drugs that they need for whatever's going on in the body, and they're paying out of pocket for these drugs, and you could just be grounded and not have to take this medication.
Yeah.
And just depending on what's going on with your body.
Here's what I found out. In a direct sense, I'm going to say this: hopefully, we all go to sleep at night and then we wake up in the morning. We're used to that. You know how you feel when you wake up in the morning. You know you've done this thousands and thousands of times, right? We know that. So my first night of grounding. And I love Elisabeth. I trust Elisabeth. I love Billy. I trust Billy. But it's not until right. Okay, you need that confirmation, right? So anyway, they gift me a setup, and we were out of the country. I come back from traveling with them. And I hook up the kit. I promise Elisabeth I'm going to do this, and I'm interested. So I wire everything up and I jump in bed and I wake up in the morning and I sit up and this is as on my children true. I sit up on the bed and I go, I remember my dreams. And I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and I'm just remembering everything. I look down, I see the cables. I forgot about it, right? And I was like, damn, I feel good. No. And I stand up, I picked up the phone and I called Elisabeth. Hey, Jimmy, what the hell's going on, man? Talk through this because I feel great.
Yeah.
And we talked, I think, every day for the next few days, right? She was checking in on me. But I was astounded how I felt in the morning. It wasn't like it took 2 weeks or it took 3 months. It was that first day I woke up and felt different. It was incredible. Remember that phone call, Elisabeth?
Yeah, I do. I was so excited. I was looking because I was driving in the car with Billy, and I'm looking at him like, you see, like, you hear him? I told you he would call me tripping out like this because I knew it. And Olivia, you know it. You ground so many people. It's like the minute that you ground somebody, you can see how they feel. You can see how they feel. And it's just so extravagant. I mean, this stuff lights me up, man.
Olivia, let me ask you. I just interrupted you. I apologize for that. But my story's not unique, is it?
No, it's not unique at all. And it's wonderful to hear these stories. And myself, the first time I got grounded in, actually, I brought a pillow home and I went into this grounding coma. I was like, what the heck? Because I was so inflamed. And Clint had sent me home with this little pillow. It was not a pillowcase. It wasn't even what we have now. And I was so inflamed. I would lay on that thing and I would go into this grounding coma and just go right to sleep for hours.
Wow.
And it was just life changing. And yes, I mean, every time I hear a story from someone and it's that they're pain or they can finally sleep, it's just wonderful to hear these stories. And like Elizabeth said, you know, we go around and we ground so many people, and you will literally see women's faces turn pink. And
All right. Everybody sees me on the air every night. Okay. I'm not wearing makeup.
Mhm.
My black circles have disappeared.
Mhm.
And I watched that over the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years. I was, you know, it's age or whatever it is, but they were appearing and I wasn't digging it.
Mhm.
Gone.
Mhm.
Look,
I've also noticed, Jimmy, you got more color to your face too. You're not as you know, as pale as you were. You got more color to your face. You do. I'm not saying pale, like it's like, you know, I mean, white. I don't know.
I'm eating a lot of carrots these days, but no, you're right.
No, I
And
can tell.
now, you know, my diet has always been okay. I've never done, you know, extremes on things.
Mhm.
But Elizabeth and Billy, here's the thing, Olivia. I take a lot of pictures with those guys, and it's hard to stand next to Billy and Elizabeth and try to look cool. So I have, you know, I get a lot of advice from. I dispense some advice too, though. It doesn't always come in this direction. It goes both ways in a friendship, but. I've made those adjustments and little ones because I still like to have fun. And this is the other thing, Olivia, I'm sure you know this by now. Nobody enjoys food more than Elisabeth Hoekstra.
I love it.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible.
That's why she's at the gym.
I know. Seriously.
Right. So it's okay. It's okay. It's not like I'm doing some extreme dieting. No, I just do stupid things. You know, I'm just grounding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the process, Olivia? I know I saw you hold up the kit. Mine's in my luggage right now. But you held up a kit. You don't have to do that. Oh, okay. Well, there it is right there. What's the process? What's in that kit?
Well, this kit is for acute situations, okay? I know this is one of Elizabeth's favorite products.
Yes.
But for people that are in chronic pain, okay, I'll just give you an example. We have in our book, we have a story about a young lady that has cirrhosis of the liver. This kit saved her life, okay?
Literally saved her life too.
Yeah.
Like literally, not
Literally.
just figuratively.
And so
literally.
it comes with patches. This is a bag of patches, and here is your cord to plug into Mother Earth inside. And so what she was doing was plugging into her liver. She had Hep C and cirrhosis of the liver, and she is just, her liver is functioning just beautifully now. And her doctors are surprised that she's even here with us. And so that's why I'm saying this is for acute situations. Now, some people, I use them at night. I put them on the bottom of my feet. I sleep with my bed mat and I sleep with my pillow cover. Now, the pillow cover helps the inflammation in the face. Okay, so you may notice that because we did a beauty study and there's a lot of people that have a lot of inflammation around their nose, up in the eyes, around the mouth. And when we did the beauty study, these women looked as if they had had work done because the inflammation was gone in their face. Okay. And so these patches, if you're having a problem, a chronic problem, a major shoulder problem, something with your neck, you put them on the palms of your hands. And then if you're having lower body problems, like your hip, your knees, whatever it could be, you put them on the bottom of your feet. Now, I had had problems with my lungs when I first started grounding. I had pus pockets in my lungs. So it was important that I put this patch right on my lungs. And I slept with them for a year like this. And I don't have any types of problems with my lungs anymore. So this is for acute situations, or if you just want to be patched all the time, like Elisabeth and myself, you put them on. We have someone that had breast cancer, and acute situation, put it on the breast where you're having your lumps, wherever there's a problem. So these are powerful.
Let me, you bring up a really great point. And that is the placement of the pads, because although I've got Elisabeth on my side, helping me through this, right? And can answer questions. I stopped using them on the bottom of my feet, and I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you why. I use them now on the outside of my ankles, right? One on the outside of my left and one on the outside of my right, because on the bottom of my right foot, they would fall off. Not my left foot. It was weird. My right foot's not sticky. I don't know.
Too sweaty.
Something on there. So anyway, does that make a difference? Because I started on the bottom of my feet, but now I put them on my ankles.
I think if you want to put them on your ankles, that's fine. The fact that you have them on, there's a little trick that I can show you on, but your foot may be sweaty. The times, like, we have somebody that has endometriosis, and so she had to put it on her stomach. So as long as the patches are on your body, I feel that they're going to work for you. We just have different areas that we ask people to put them on. Mostly it's the bottom of the feet or the palms of the hands. And, just depending on what type of health challenges are going on. But if it's extreme, then we place them on, if it's, endometriosis, if it's if it's prostate cancer, it has to be put in a special place, to help that. It just depends on your body and what's going on with you. But if you're just using them to feel better, say you worked out and your knees are bothering you, or your ankles, whatever, and you put it on the bottom of your foot, that's perfect. You could even put a sock over your patch to try to keep it on.
Okay, interesting. And so there's no, I'm just speaking in basics right now, there's no electricity involved. People see the cable and they think that there's no electricity involved, right?
No.
And can you hold up the circuit tester?
Yeah, you got to make sure that your outlets are grounded properly before you use the outlet to ground. That's important.
In each kit comes this, and that's how you test your outlet to make sure that it's properly grounded, right, Olivia?
Yep. You just put in every kit comes with this. I'm so grateful that we're able to put it in every kit. And most homes over 1970 are grounded. If they're, before 1970, then there's a problem, but most homes are grounded after 1970. So
it's very simple to use. You just plug that in, and if it's grounded, the right orange light is going to light up, and it's that simple.
Yep.
Anybody can test.
Anybody can test. It's very simple, and then this is what we plug right into the ground, and you can put 2 cords in so that you can use 2 at a time. And here are our beautiful patches that are so amazing.
They're so amazing.
And that's it. That's it.
That's it. That's
it's
all.
Super, super simple. And I thought it was even me, being a guy that has a toolbox and like to think that everything's complicated. Well, not everything is complicated. It's a very simple process. You test your outlet, you put in the adapter, you plug in the cords, you do a couple of little sticky things, you peel off a couple of labels, and you're good to go. It's that simple.
It's that simple. And you can, with this, you can play around. Like when I first got it, I was putting it on my stomach for digestion. At the time, before I started working for Clint, I owned a wellness center, and I noticed that it was working on the metabolism by not just using the patches, but by grounding. It helped with the metabolism. And it also, a lot of people would start to cleanse. They would just start, everything would come out of them, and they were cleansing.
Yes.
By just grounding. And it could have just one product. I sold all the products, but they could just use one product, and they were cleansing their body.
Yeah, that kind of happened to me when I first started. I got a little nervous, right? Because I after I put it on my solar plexus and I took the deepest breath I've ever taken in life, I got everything, right? So I just covered myself with a grounding blanket. I put patches all over me. I probably put about 6 patches on me. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating. I was laying on my pillowcase. I was snuggled up, like super grounded, right? And the next morning I felt like, I was like, but I could feel my body detoxing. I was detoxing heavily for the next 3 days. After I got over those 3 days, because I'm like, I know this is good for me. I know what my body's doing, because sometimes you got to get worse to get better, right? And third day, oh my God, I felt amazing. Like better than I've ever felt in my entire life. It was crazy. And now I have zero pain. And I was in gymnastics for 16 years. I used to wake up with terrible back pain every single day. I have no pain anymore. None whatsoever when I wake up.
This is the truth. I can't wait to get into bed now.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Me too.
I know what's waiting for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting my panties on. I'm getting all plugged in. A couple of times I caught myself. I know. I've caught myself. I'm like, man, if somebody wanted to punk me and put a hidden camera in my bedroom and they're watching this right now, they would be like, what the hell?
No, listen. So we were in Greece, right? Billy and I got to Greece. And the first thing I do when I get to another country or get somewhere and we're traveling, I ground myself, because your circadian rhythm will sync up to that place on Earth. So if you ever have jet lag, you can X-nay the jet lag with grounding, right? So we're in Greece and I'm grounded. I have about literally 6 patches on me. I got 2 on my hands, 2 on my feet. I got a couple on my stomach and 1 on my chest. And I'm laying in the bed, right? And our Wi-Fi was out in the hotel. So we had to call maintenance to come and fix our Wi-Fi. So he called maintenance and there's a knock at the door and I'm all plugged in. I'm just chilling. I don't care. I don't think nothing of it, right? These cords are coming from all these different outlets and I'm in the bed like this. And these guys walk in. They walk in. They were like, like, oh, don't mind us.
Took one look at Billy. What's going on, man? Are you okay, man? Show us. Give us a signal.
It's so funny.
Oh man, yeah. I think about that all the time. You know, because I'm so I know what's about to happen. I'm gonna have a great night's sleep. I'm gonna wake up great. I'm gonna have some crazy ass dreams, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Now, listen, really quick. I wanted to get to this because I think this is an important question. This is from Monica. She says, "Jimmy, do your guests have something for chronic pain?"
Yeah, patches.
Patches.
Yes. Yes.
And again, okay, and Monica, great question, and thank you for that. To be clear here, I know you see a plug that goes into the wall. We do that for electricity, but that's not what's happening here. That third plug is the ground, and that ground goes outside to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
That's its job. That's the grounding wire. So that adapter that Olivia just showed you, that plugs in to access the ground that goes outside to Mother Earth. That's it. There's no electricity here. That's why you test and make sure that the grounding is hooked up correctly in your home. That's it. So you're only you're discharging and equalizing your body and grounding your body, just like you're grounding the electronic equipment in your house. It's the same process that is going on here. That's it. There's nothing coming out of the wall into you. It may look like that, but that's not what's going on.
And one important thing about grounding, all it does is it returns the body back to its normal state.
Yeah.
And we just have been indoors, locked up indoors, and we haven't been going outside. And so we brought out the grass, the beach, all of it indoors in a different avenue by using this. But we're just getting our body back to our natural state. And just like when Elisabeth said, everything, she was being cleaned out, her body needed like a little adjustment to get back to its natural state. And that's all it is. It's just nature.
Now, the clarity of the mind, that was something that I experienced right away. And I didn't, it took me a minute to, when I was calling Elisabeth, to make sure that this is something that I was understanding, because again, I was just experiencing it for the first time, but what is happening with that, where suddenly I just feel so clear? Is that from the great sleep, or is there something else?
So many different reasons. I was just going to tell you, the reason why you probably look so forward into getting into your bed at night is because, unfortunately, with our Western society we live in these days, everything is so sped up. Everything is so stressful, right? We're so busy. Everything is always stimulus, 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 stimulus. We never get a chance to shut down, to shut off, to relax, to go in peace. We literally are a sped up society, right? So our bodies, our nervous systems go into this nervous system response, a stress response called flight or flight. So a lot of us, because we're so busy, we're so stressed, and we're so just, it's just always, everything is just so like this in America, right? And other places too. But I mean, we're just stuck. We're stuck in fight or flight. And when you're in fight or flight, 30% of your blood from your frontal lobe, which is your logical thinking, emotional, rational mind, goes into your hindbrain, and you become more reactive. So you lose that logical thought. You lose any type of sense of any situations, and you become very reactive. So a lot of us are stuck in this state with cortisol, adrenaline running through our bodies all day, right? So when you ground, your nervous system will shift back into parasympathetic. That's when you can rest. That's called rest and digest, right? You're able to come into calm. Your heart rate slows down. You can breathe deeper, right? And so that brings the blood from the hindbrain back into the forebrain, and now your brain is working and functioning properly because there's proper circulation going on within your body. So that right there alone will make you feel good. It will make your brain clearer. It'll make your thoughts clearer. I mean, that alone, and that happens within, I would say, 10 to 20 minutes of grounding. 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah. I noticed it. Can I ask you a question? What's the correct website for these grounding products?
So you can go to themotherEarthEffect.com, and you can get the book, and you can also look at the products that that are there. And I would just tell everybody to be very careful if you do decide to get products, which I always say, grounding is free, right? You can go outside, go stand on the bare grass, bare feet. And it's actually, nature is beautiful. Get out in nature. Go do that. It is free. Grounding is free. So I'm not trying to persuade people to buy these products. I'm just saying it makes it easier to stay grounded for longer periods of time. And especially if you live in a cold state, which I used to live in Michigan, I needed the grounding stuff because I want to be grounded all the time. And it's impossible when it's winter outside. So I chose to get the products. But I would tell people, be careful where you source your products from, because when I first started grounding, which was before I had found you guys, Olivia, I ordered a silver threaded sheet on Amazon. And I felt good for maybe a day or two, but literally it was just I don't know. It didn't make that big of a difference. And then I just kind of forgot about it because I'm just like, it didn't really work that great. So I didn't really, it wasn't the same experience that I had. And then after I talked to you guys, we find out that there's some products are toxic on the market.
Yes.
Some don't work. Some will just stop working after a couple of weeks or after you wash it. So it's just be very careful when you source your products and know that, the products that you carry, Olivia, that are on the Mother Earth Effect site, they're great products and they'll last forever, right? I mean,
yes. And there are a lot of carbon products out there that are toxic. And that is so important that you check out the Mother Earth Effect, because you want to get the right products and you want to stay well. You don't want to get sicker. Right. And just depending on what knockoffs are being made from.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, Elisabeth, that, the products are there. And again, everything's relative, but it's not what you think as far as costs go. It's very inexpensive. But everything is relative, Elisabeth, and that's a really good point. But you're not going to go into sticker shock and go, what? No, you're not going to do that. But here's the thing. This will, if you want to ground yourself, take off your shoes and walk outside.
Yeah,
that's what this is about. Mother Earth Effect is about, is introducing you to what is going on, getting yourself back balanced again. And if you want to continue this, or maybe you're running around in your shoes all day, you're at work, right? If you want to go home and get yourself balanced, do it while you sleep, and then so this is something that can assist you in that. But you don't need that. If you want to experience grounding, do what you did when you were a kid. Take off your shoes and go outside and play.
Exactly.
It's very, very easy, very simple. Or start gardening if you want to garden, and just play in the dirt with your shoes off and start gardening. And if you think about it, a lot of women at a certain age want to start gardening because we like to nurture. And then they start gardening, and because it feels so good to them. And basically the reason it's feeling great is because they're grounded.
Okay, check this question out. I love this question. How can these wires help someone who's always flipping around while sleeping? Nobody flips more than me.
Oh, man.
Isn't that a great question? That's a great question. Okay, so I'm going to answer it, then I want you two to answer it, okay? I had to figure that out, and I figured it out on my own. I didn't call up Billy going, okay, dude, what are you doing when you sleep? I didn't do that. But so this is what I did. My wires plug into, first off, I don't have any in here, but they're coiled and straight on the ends, right? Okay, so they expand. Thank you for that, Olivia. Olivia's like that, turning the letters on.
Vanna.
Yeah. Did a really good job. The price is right. The price is right. So, so I ran the cables under my bed, and they come up at the foot of my bed. And so I've got it set up, and then the coil parts, they come up over my mattress and underneath the comforter and the sheets, and that's where they rest. So I put them on my feet. Now, I'm not done yet, though. So those are on my feet. So those are hanging down. So you can flip, flop, twist, do that. I've never had. I don't even feel them, right? So, and I sleep in any position that I want to sleep in. I'm that kind of sleeper, right? Okay, so there's that. But the kit that Olivia held up, you can also get in that kit a mattress cover. And I have a king size bed. I have a king size grounding mattress cover that is underneath my sheets. Okay. And that's, so I've got that. So I'm grounded on my feet, and then I'm grounded with the mattress pad. So I'm double grounded, and I've made sure, and my pillowcases, right? So I'm grounded. Everything, my bed, Okay, this is where I'm going to confess, and then I want to hear from you two how you sleep. Bed, because I know how cool it is now. It looks different. I know what's waiting for me, man. It's very special. Olivia, how do you sleep with when you're?
Well, I do have a mattress pad, and then I also have my pillow case, and also I never fear this because it's a coil cord. It can never wrap around your neck and choke you while you're sleeping. So, and that's why we make the coil cord. And so lately I've been putting the patches on my hands just to play around with that, and I do tend to go to the side, and I have no problems. They stay on. And if I do put them on my feet, I kind of wrap them around my foot a little bit and then put this underneath. So I do a little wrap on my foot. And
that's interesting. Okay.
I think I know for myself, when I started grounding, I started to sleep through the night where I wasn't moving and tossing around like I normally would do. Okay. So I was able to keep all of my wires on. Now, it's not important for everybody to have wires everywhere. It's just if you, I do work out, and sometimes I may push it a little bit and I may need them, but also I want to be the best me I can be. So I use, the patches, but you do tend to lay still once you get grounded because your body is relaxed and it's calm and your brain's not all over the place.
I don't wake up in the middle of the night anymore. I don't before it's like before the Bahamas and after the Bahamas, right, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
That's my timeline now. Elizabeth, how do you wire up at night?
Oh man, I look so crazy, but I don't even care.
I know.
So I always every single night I don't miss. I always put them on my K1 spot on the bottom of my feet. That's a two-thirds of the way up from your heel to the 2/3 of the way up your foot, basically. I always stick them right there, and I kind of just wrap the cord like at the end of the bed, and then it kind of wraps back up to the outlet. And I don't move when I sleep. I'm never really tossed and turned like that, but I've noticed since I've started grounding, I really don't move. It's like I'm dead almost. Like they post, we said that, hello, you live? So I always put them on my feet, and then I have an extra patch just in case I have any pain in my body. I've been having this little stomach issue lately, so I've been putting right on my solar plexus at night. So I'll have two patches on my foot, one on my solar plexus, and then I have my pillowcase, and we sleep on a grounded sheet cover. So I'm all the way grounded. But the wires have never bothered me. They just have never bothered me.
I thought that they were going to be an issue.
No.
When I have guests over at the house and they want to see my ghost closet, right? That I have a ghost, Olivia, by the way. So I have a ghost. So everybody wants to see my falling shoes. So they'll come in, and you know what they notice? Dude, you really are grounded. I said, hell yeah.
Yeah.
They notice it, man. They notice it. Come by, visit my ghost, check out my grounding kit, right? Check out the ghost. Stay for the grounding kit. I'm so into it. Now, I want to ask you, I've only done my feet. Should I consider, I have plenty of patches, I have plenty of cables, right? I have plenty of outlets. Should I think about something else?
Yes, you should put them on your lung points. Right here. You should put a patch here and a patch here. Put them on your lung points. And then just, try because your lungs are very, very important organs, right?
Yeah.
And
so does that help? Does that help with the marijuana?
I don't know.
Look at Olivia's face. She
Are you having problems with your lungs? No.
No.
Okay, it just will open up for your breathing. Do you snore?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Snore?
Well, I've never heard myself snore, but here's the thing with that, and I'm joking because as soon as I crack a pot joke, I don't smoke pot, but it'll light up the chat room and I'll find out who's smoking weed. And I mean, seriously, just look at the chat room right now. What are they talking about? We're talking about electrical cords hooked up to your chest and pulling bong rips. That's what we're talking about right now. But yeah, so especially if you're in a city, pollution, right? Bad air. I would say that popping those on the chest would certainly benefit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I did it on my lungs, like I said, when I had the pus pockets and the I had asthma so bad because it just kind of all happened all together, and they basically saved my life. And so anybody that has breathing problems at night, and we've had a lot of people that have to sleep with the machine on, for what is it, sleep apnea?
Apnea, yeah.
That have been able to stop using their machine by using the patches.
Well, here's the thing. I was a smoker for 20 years. I smoked cigarettes for literally 20 years. So that's why I was so surprised when I first grounded how deeply I ever breathed, because I had never breathed that deep in my life. And I just noticed that grounding, because I had quit before I started grounding. But when I started grounding, I noticed that I could take deeper breaths in my lungs. It was, I mean, night and day difference. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's important to make sure you keep your lungs healthy, because breath is life. I mean, that's life, right? If you're not breathing correctly, then your body's not functioning correctly. So it's just one of the most important other places, I think, to put the patches.
There is, I think that any doctor it will tell you inflammation is an indication of something else, right? And that is the cause of something. Now, I'm not a doctor. I play one on TV, but I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to dispense with medical advice. But I can tell you what I've been told over and over again, right? It's always inflammation. What is causing that? And then you can get to the root, let's get to the cause, And I think that so many people treat inflammation for they're treating the inflammation and not what's you know what I mean, and what the
They're
root
treating the symptoms, not the systems.
Yes,
that's what Western medicine does. They treat the symptom, not the system.
And that's exactly what's going on here, right, Olivia? That is straightening out your system to start there first.
And we're just returning the body back to normal. And then a lot of times when people start putting these patches on the bottom of their feet, they start to go to the bathroom more. They may have to get up in the middle of the night to pee, because it's taking out all of these water pockets within your body that have been sitting there that needed to move. And so some people may find that in the beginning that they are going to the bathroom and getting up a couple times a night, but it's like a lymphatic system. It's working on your lymphatic system. So how wonderful is that?
Yeah.
And so can we, you know what? I've got to take a break. So let's get that in. But when we come back, I want to stay right there. I want to understand more, with our audience, exactly what is going on. We can talk about the magic that seems to be happening once you get hooked up, but what is actually going on? So let's do all of that when we come back. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Stay with us. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Please visit all of our sponsors. We're taking a quick break here. All of the links are below. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Billy Carson, also known as Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about a very special event coming up July 30th, 2023. the Forbidden Conscious Awards. We're going to honor people who have been contributing to the conscious community for decades. People that you know and love that have helped you get to higher levels of thought and consciousness and awareness. It's going to be a live in-person event, but seats are going to sell out very fast. You want to make sure you're there in person, and guess what? You can help vote for the winners. Voting is available on forbiddenknowledge.com, and the categories are going to be social media influencer, podcast/radio host, TV host, actor, director, producer, entrepreneurs, health and wellness, philanthropists, authors, field researchers, archaeologists, space anomaly hunters, and of course, a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'll be your keynote speaker that night at the Forbidden Conscious Awards. We have celebrity guests performing. We'll have a halftime show where we're actually going to perform music for you. And don't forget about the pre-event mixer, where if you buy a box seat, you'll be in the VIP section, and you also have private access to a VIP mixer with celebrity guests, shake hands, break bread, network, and then walk the red carpet with us and take amazing photos. It's going to be a night to remember. You don't want to forget this. Make sure you hurry up and get your tickets because they're selling out very fast. I want to see you there. Forbidden Conscious Awards 2023.
On Saturday, April 1st, that's right, April Fool's Day 2023, I will be hosting the Parapod Festival at the Hyatt Regency right here in Valencia, California. It's a live one-day podcast awards. It's a film festival. It's a full-on media event. We're going to have sky watching. There's going to be a Lifetime Achievement Award presented to Linda Moulton Howe. Right now, you can submit your podcast, your film, your TV series, any of your paranormal media for consideration. You can do all of that on the links below. For info and tickets, go to parapodfilmfest.com. That's parapodfilmfest.com. April 7th through the 14th, 2023, I'll be hosting and presenting on the Hidden Secrets Seminar at Sea Cruise. From Los Angeles to the Mexican Riviera on the Navigator of the Seas. That's right, up top, a giant water slide. You've got to check out the Navigator of the Seas. It's amazing. We've got Scott Walter, Adam Apollo, Nick Pope, Brad Olson, Vivian Chauvet, Jason Shirka, Robert Grant, Ruben Langdon, and another 12 amazing speakers and presenters. It's all simple to do. Just visit divinetravels.com/Hidden Secrets 2023. You know you want to go on a cruise with me. River Moon Coffee, makers of the Fade to Black blend. Truly the best coffee on planet Earth. Just visit rivermoonwellness.com or their Amazon store. It's all simple to do. You can check out the Fade to Black blend, the Game Changer blend, or any of their Black Moon Wellness products. It's the only coffee I drink. It is the best, and it's Doc. Again, rivermoonwellness.com. All right. Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, Elisabeth Hoekstra and Olivia Smith are with us. We're talking about grounding tonight. And before, as we get back into the conversation, before we get back to grounding, Elisabeth, we got a lot of stuff we're doing this year.
Yes, we do.
We got a lot of stuff we're doing. We just saw the commercial right there with Billy for the Forbidden Conscious Awards coming up
Yes.
July 30th. I thank you for asking me to come and be a part of it. It is going to be a great event.
Yes.
Tell us about that. That's July 30th.
Yes, so that's July 30th at the Adrian Arts Center in Miami. It is such a beautiful venue. I mean, this venue is, it looks like an opera house, those beautiful opera houses that you see in the old movies with the boxes. And it's literally that fabulous. So, the venue is amazing. What we're going to be doing is we'll be having a VIP pre-party. And if you purchase box seats, you'll be able to have access to that VIP pre-party. And that's all the nominees, all the winners, Billy, myself, everyone at Forbidden Knowledge will be there. You, of course, Jimmy will be there, and Chris Spencer, our other host for the day. He's a comedian. All the artists that'll be performing, Dame Dash, Havoc, Cruz, Donnie Arcade. They'll all be at that pre-party. So we're going to be having fun, walking the red carpet beforehand. And the awards show actually starts at 5:30. And you know what? It's very important. This is a passion project, especially for Billy. just to be able to give people their honor and respect that have been working their butts off to try to change the world, to make the world a better place, to acknowledge those people. And that's really why he came up with this specific idea to do the Conscious Awards, because people in this industry, they don't really get the recognition like the actors do, the music artists do. So, I mean, it's really dope that he came up with the idea and we were able to make it happen, because some people are going to be honored in a really, really great way. And it's about freaking time. Plus, somebody will be winning a Audi A4 that comes and attends the event. Your ticket stub will have a number, and we'll be pulling, the ticket stub. So that's how someone will be able to win that car, and it will be in the parking lot with a red bow. So,
Are we going to do that? Are we going to do that on stage?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's happening.
I'm going to stuff that hat with my number. This is what's amazing about that. When you see People's Choice, Grammys, right? The Nickelodeon Awards, I don't care, right? You see this great venue and you see the celebration, but it's like, what about us? And so, the people of our community that are going to receive that award get to walk up on that stage in that venue and go, see, Mom, right? Look where I am.
Right.
That is special to be able to do that. And I cannot wait. It's worth the price of admission, though, to see my pasty ass in a tuxedo. I think anybody would want to go and see that and take a selfie. But it is just an incredible day, and I can't wait for that to happen. And then right after that, we're going to England.
Yeah.
So so we've got 2 events we're going to be doing in England. One is in London. And that is August 22nd. We're gonna and what's the venue for that, Elizabeth?
So we picked the venue. The people that are helping us book the place actually just sent them a couple yesterday, actually. So Billy and I looked it over and we picked one, and it's so beautiful. But I'm waiting to hear back all the details. We're gonna lock and load that one. So that information will be coming out very, very soon. And that is one of the stops of the world tour, the World Forbidden Tour that we're doing this year. So exciting.
and then right after that, we're doing 3 days in Manchester.
Yes.
The 20th through the 27th at the Bowlers Exposition Center.
Yes.
Man, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait.
Amazing. Yeah. The Awakening Conference. So they do it every year, but Forbidden Knowledge is actually sponsoring this one and making it one stop at the Forbidden Tour. So yeah, we'll be there all 3 days. Can't wait. It's going to be a dynamic weekend.
You know what's really cool about this? Because the Forbidden Knowledge family, right? Where we're going to be doing our stuff here in the States, but then to roll into Manchester and look around and see all of us there together.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so much fun.
It's cool, right? I mean, we did it in Egypt last year, right? Wasn't that cool to be across the world somewhere else and like, hey, we're here.
And we're doing that again. Egypt is October 5th through the 15th. We're doing 10 days.
10 days.
On my birthday again.
Again. Last year, we were in Luxor for your birthday. We celebrated in Luxor on the Nile. Had a Nile cruise, Olivia. We had the boat to ourselves. Had a whole dance party. I mean, there was a dance line. I mean, it was just crazy.
It was so funny. So on my birthday, we get back and the boat, the captain, and Elizabeth and Billy, set up this thing. We had a band and a belly dancer and belly dancers, actually plural. But here's the deal: we went to all of the Dendera. We did all the stuff that day. We got back to the ship. I went out. I came down to the party, and I was the first one there. and I fell asleep on the couch. Remember
You
that?
did.
Remember
You
that?
did. You were sleeping on the couch. I was like, Jimmy, this is your party.
Wake me up when this thing starts. God,
Billy Boot Camp. That's what they
Billy
called it. It
Boot
was
Camp.
very strenuous.
Billy Boot Camp. That was so much fun that night. It
Oh,
was.
man.
It was incredible. And so for everybody, you can go to forbiddenknowledge.com and the Egypt tour is there. Everything else that we're doing in 2023, we've got a long list of events. Everything is there, but you've heard about Egypt and what goes down. You're not going to want to miss this. Come and hang out with us. I don't know what's going to happen on my birthday this year, but you're going to want to be a part of it. And I'm very, very excited. And that's coming up the 5th through the 15th of October. Now we've got other events too. What am I leaving out? Okay, it's good enough for now. That's good enough for now. So Billy and I did a podcast, Olivia. Was it when was I in Miami? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2
weeks ago. Yeah, something like that.
Billy and Elisabeth just got back from Bora Bora. Billy hasn't slept. And Billy, who wants to be Superman, and most of the time he is. So we're going to go in and do this podcast for 2 or 3 hours. And for a minute there. So we had the whole schedule out, Elisabeth, and it's in front of us. And we know what we're doing. Billy blanked for a minute.
Really?
I was like, dude, you okay?
Really?
So, Dr. Be Serious, right? So he was with Billy and I. We were alone at the house for Elisabeth's party. And he goes, Billy, you blanked out for a minute today, didn't you? He saw it. He saw it. Billy's Superman. He's Superman. And he's a victim of Billy's boot camp, right? Where you're just out there doing it, going. And that's my favorite part, Olivia, with hanging out with these two is trying to keep up because they don't play around.
Oh, we could go.
No, man, do not play around. Everybody on that boat, come downstairs, they're already there at the breakfast table.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go up and just go, man. Oh, God. What are we doing today? What are we doing? Oh,
everybody was like that. It was so funny. Everybody was so tired, but it was so exciting and just to be able to complete that whole tour. I mean, it was very strenuous. We were getting up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. We were going to sleep at 11, 12 at night.
Yep. Now there are people in the chat room tonight, our friends from Billy's Boot Camp, that were there on that tour, and I guarantee you. They wouldn't have changed. They wouldn't change a thing.
No.
Yeah. We got a lot done, but I wouldn't change it for the world. It was awesome. Awesome. This time around, I'm going to be the old man, though. I'm going to get a folding chair and I'm going to sit at the bus. You guys go.
A folding chair.
Just sit down and watch you guys. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, let's get so medically. Again, I'm not a doctor, but help me understand, Olivia, the process of actually what is going on for these changes to occur.
Well, basically, what grounding does, it drains the inflammation out of the body, and we're all. Well, maybe there's somebody out there that doesn't have inflammation. I don't know. But it drains the inflammation out of the body. And once the inflammation starts to drain out of the body, changes start to happen. And it's really that simple.
Now, most people don't know. I'm going to let them know right now. I'm 195 years old. And so and it's grounding that makes me look like this. But inflammation of the base, right? People, that's like a big deal, isn't it?
Yes. And like you said, the beauty study we did, I didn't realize how much inflammation women had around their nose And because we did before and after, and you could see the inflammation that went down, and we did thermal imaging along with it. And the inflammation here in the eye pockets right here was major, and around the face right here. But the nose, I just feel like I was so astonished with how much women's noses actually shrunk down back to a different size.
And that's I think most would appreciate the cosmetic, the visual aspect of that, but it's also a healthier thing to have happen, isn't it?
Yes, it is very healthy. I had a woman that had ordered a pillow cover from me, and I met her along the way, and so she ordered one, and she emailed me and said, does this help you to look younger? And she's like, God bless you. She's like, she goes, well, I look younger and I feel younger and I'm calmer, but she goes, the best part is I look younger. It really does make a big difference.
And if you feel good about yourself, right, it's a whole cyclical thing, right? So you feel better. Your mind, everything. If you're happy, right, everything changes, and that all affects where you're coming from, and that has to be the case, right?
Yes, and it increases your energy. So, like women that are stuck in their homes and they're depressed and they've got aches and pains, as soon as they start grounding and the inflammation starts to drain out of their body, you see them. Maybe they weren't out walking, they weren't having purpose. And so they start to come back alive. And it's just kind of like a rose that is kind of shriveled up, and then they start to open back up because they feel so much better. They're sleeping, they're able to rest in a different type of rest, not just where you're asleep, but where your body is at rest and your mind is at rest, and you become a whole different human being because you are calmer, and you do have more energy, and you just feel better about yourself.
Well, let's talk about sleep real quick, because that's so very important when it comes to grounding. And I believe it's one of the main reasons why people make such drastic differences after they start grounding, because a lot of us, we just don't get in great states of sleep anymore these days. It's almost impossible. I mean, like I said earlier, so much stimulus, our brains are always going, right? So it's hard to shut them off. So really, people are just passing out at night and not just getting. So there's 3 different stages of sleep that you need to get for your body to really, really recover. And that's light sleep, deep sleep, and then REM sleep, right? Rapid eye movement sleep. So these 3 stages of sleep provide different things for the body during each stage. So deep sleep, it helps your body detox, right? It helps your body. You're literally like detoxing your physical body when you're in that deep state of sleep. REM sleep it turns on your glymphatic system, which is your brain's lymphatic system, right? These little glial cells that are sweeping up all the toxins in your brain and detoxing your brain, right? During REM sleep. So what grounding is providing you is it's providing you all 3 stages of sleep. Whereas some people may get, I don't know, less of one certain stage of sleep at night, which will cause all types of different physical ailments. It'll cause brain fog. It'll cause inflammation. Now you're not detoxing correctly. So what grounding does is it brings your body back into normality, right? Your body can actually go into all of these stages of sleep and you're fully recovered the next day. I mean, it's magic, like really, it's not magic. It's really just what our bodies are supposed to do naturally. So, but
and you don't wake up craving carbs.
Right. That's true.
Very interesting comment, Olivia. We have, can we talk about, okay. I kind of want to stay on sleep because of the dreaming aspect of it. It has, it's something that I look forward to. I've always loved dreaming. right?
Yeah.
And I've always felt that I have been able to control my dreams. I've talked to a lot of dream experts about this, and I haven't read books on how to do it or any of that. It's something that I did this since I was a kid. And I enjoy the art of the dream. I think it's extraordinary. And I believe that when you sleep, you are actually accessing another dimension. I think you're experiencing that. I think you are truly experiencing another world, another reality. And dang it, I like to go there. Okay? I like to enjoy it. But if you have issues with your stomach, with your muscles, with your skeletal, something irritating, and coupled with a crazy day, a crazy family life, your boss sucks, whatever it is, and you're thinking, it's hard to go to sleep, right? It's hard to get there.
Yeah.
And now I get there like instant. I have to fight not falling asleep. Right? I have to try to stay awake to watch this movie because I'm grounded, I'm in bed, I'm good to go. And I fall asleep instantly. If I close my eyes, I'm gone. And I wake up in the morning with the most relaxing, vivid dreamscape experience. And that all is part of grounding. And I haven't enjoyed it like this since I was a kid. It's amazing to do.
Yeah, it is. It is. I love dreaming. I love dreaming. So, I mean, I really do think that okay, so your brain, whatever your brain feels and sees is what's real in this dimension, right? So when you're sleeping and your brain is going through things, I mean, REM sleep, the only reason why you're not actually moving, your physical body is not moving along with the dream is because your REM sleep, it paralyzes your body. So it's impossible for you to move when you do dream, which is actually a safety precaution, right? So, but I mean, you're accessing these different places. And even in dream state, I mean, you process a lot of things that you don't normally consciously process. So your subconscious is processing things all the time during dreams. So, there was a period of time where I smoked some ganja, right? And I lost my REM sleep. And I started grounding, got my REM sleep back. And I've noticed that it's just everything in my life is way more plateaued. It's like my moods aren't all like this anymore. And it's just I feel way more stable because you got to think about how much your brain takes in on a daily basis. You have to process everything all the time. Your brain does that. You don't consciously do it, but your brain processes all the stimulus, right? So subconsciously, you still have more processing to do. So if you're not getting the REM sleep, I mean, it's not good. It's not good for your body.
Olivia and I were talking about this exact subject before the show.
Really?
About being level and balanced and, and where you're not going to those extremes of emotion. Check this out. This you guys are going to laugh. I want to share this comment with you. Johnny's Freeman. Got to discharge that static buildup or we glitch out. That is really well said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
It's totally perfect. And one thing as the balance, what I catch myself, and since I've been grounding, when I have a thought and I think about why I had that thought, and it could be a thought that I've had for years, and finally I'll be okay, I'm over with that thought, if that makes sense, because we have all of these thoughts that come through our head throughout the day, and sometimes it's the same thought that's been going on forever. But when you stop and think, why am I having this thought, and kind of clarify with it, grounding for me mentally has been huge for my mind and to take control of what's going on up here. And I notice that a lot because I could be driving and then for some reason some crazy thought comes through my mind. I'm like, okay, why did that happen? So if we can become more conscious of what we're thinking and these thoughts that are coming through, I really do feel that grounding helps to calm it all down, to relax the mind, and to make you think about what's going on up here. And I really give kudos to that pillow cover.
Yeah, you're right about that. Olivia said earlier, she goes, I'm here, I'm patched here, I got a month thing,
I didn't say hair. No,
in my pillowcase and this and that, and I'm all. She is 100% right. I'm all about that. I am fully grounded, and I'm going to admit this now on the show. I love Adidas shoes. Okay. I've got.
I saw you wearing them in Egypt.
I threw it away. You remember that? I had to. You remember? I forget his name. He lost his luggage. He didn't have any
Alex
shoes
or something. Yeah.
So I gave him the shoes off my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sure did. My favorite pair too. But I like Adidas. Look. Okay. So, but I need to combat that. I can't go barefoot to the store. I went to the store today, right? You can't do that. I don't like driving in bare feet. So you need to counteract that. I like tennis shoes, but tennis shoes unground you. They do. They unground you. As much as I enjoy wearing them, they are disconnecting me from Mother Earth. So I have to ground. Right? I have to. I have. That's such an important point. It's the same thing with women's shoes too, or running shoes, right? Right, Elizabeth?
Yeah. Anything rubber. I mean, the shoes that they make, anything synthetic disconnects us from the earth and is not non-conductive. So I got my son and I a while back some moccasins. But listen to this story. So I'm not a runner. I will die if I try to run 10 feet. Okay. Cause like I said, I was a 20-year smoker. I could not ever. Cardio was not my thing. I'm a heavy lifter. Cardio's just not my thing. So my son and I, we love to hike through the woods and climb mountains and go to the dunes and all that stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if I wear these moccasins today, if I'll feel different, right? So we're hiking through the woods and I'm like, what if I start jogging? And so I start jogging. I'm like, I'm not getting out of breath at all. Let me start running, right? And so I start running.
I'm not buying. You got video? I want to see the video.
Listen, I swear to God, I was running. Me and Gabe were running in our moccasins through the woods. I was like, this is amazing. I think I went like a mile. I'm not even lying. I'm like, this is the farthest I've ever ran in my life. Crazy.
It's a good story, Elizabeth. Stick to it. Okay, don't change it. Hey, can I ask you this though? Did I see flip-flop? Grounding flip-flops?
Yes, we have grounding flip-flops, and we are just coming out with these slides.
Oh man,
where they are. Yeah, and they're fully grounded. This is the last prototype.
Oh man.
And we are working on some running shoes.
Really? Okay. So I've got to get some of those flip flops. I'm gonna order some.
You can go on the Mother Earth Effect website and get some.
Now I have it right here. Hold on for a second. I know I'm not crazy. There they are, right there. They're called grounders.
Grounders, yeah. You got the grounders, Jimmy. You have the grounders. I want those slides. I need to order those. When are those going to be ready?
Ready. They'll. This is the last prototype, so they should be ready in. I just got the last prototype today, and I believe they should be here. Oh, I was going to say April, but April's almost here. I'll find out, Elizabeth. I'll send you a pair. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Wait, Elizabeth, did you gift me some grounders?
Yeah, you got grounders too, Olivia. Yes. They sent you a whole package.
I'll have to look. I didn't dig deep enough into the gift bag. I guess I didn't.
If you don't have a pair, let me know and I'll send you out a pair. Not a problem.
I want these, and here, hold on. Let me pull this up. There they are, grounders flip flops. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to put this link in here. This is like one of those late night 1-800-Grounders. Get your shoes on. Only pay but yeah, this is fantastic. I didn't even know. I'm going to pop this up in the chat so everybody can see. I saw these, and now it turns out I may have a pair. I'll let you know.
Yeah, just let me know.
No, you need to have those. That's just amazing. So cool. So cool. What is next for? So you've got the flip-flops, the sliders. What else is coming down the pipeline?
Well, we're making the running shoe, and we are working on another product for sleep. And I'm still just testing it out, so I don't have all the details on it quite yet, but I'm testing it, and we'll see how it works. But anything that we do produce will be on the Mother Earth Effect website. And these slides that I showed you, I feel are just going to be phenomenal. I've ran in them. I've walked my dog in them, and I mean, I've been testing them for, I guess, about a year, this particular shoe. And for some women that need a little more stability than just the flip-flop, it's a perfect shoe. However, and these shoes were made because some women don't want to walk barefoot because of fertilizer or poop from dogs or whatever it is. So
Sure.
this is very user-friendly for them to put these on and get outside and start walking, and you're barefoot.
I want both of your reactions to this next question, because we all know that there are people that are going to see this show or listening now going, too good to be true. Too good to be true. It's too good to be true. I thought the same thing. But they are going to think that. And so when you hear somebody say that, oh, come on, no, it's too good to be true. What's your reaction to that? Olivia, you go first.
I say try the products or go outside and walk barefoot and see how you feel. Because when I was first grounded, when Clint asked me to sit down and put these patches on the bottom of my feet, I was at a conference. I was busy trying to set up. I owned a wellness center. I said, "Are you the janitor? What's going on with you?" He goes, "No." So he slapped those patches on the bottom of my feet, and I was like, "Holy, something's going on here." And I felt all this tingling. But to start off, I had purple toes and purple fingers because I had issues going on because I was so busy being busy. And it was just life-changing for me. And so he gave me a book to look at and some other information. So I didn't even go to dinner that night with my team. I sat there and dug through everything to figure out what was going on. So yes, it may seem too good to be true, but just go outside and put your bare feet on the earth, and you will feel it. Maybe even wet the grass, wet the dirt, and really get into it.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I tell people, I mean, nobody around me really believes me when I tell them these things. So it's like, I have to just go ground people.
Mhm.
Like with Billy, he didn't believe me. He thought I was crazy. I didn't care. So I slapped patches on his injured shoulder every single night. And every single time he was working at his desk, I just go up to him, slap a patch on his shoulder. And literally by the next day, the next 2 days, he was like, wow. He's like, my shoulder, I feel I can move my shoulder. So it's almost immediate. You see the difference. You feel the change.
Mhm.
I mean, my mother doesn't believe anything, nothing that I speak about. This is okay. This is okay. But I took my butt over to her house. I grounded her entire bed. I put a pillowcase on her pillow. And guess what? She's had less pain. She doesn't, relay it to grounding. But she doesn't wake up with as much pain anymore. And I can see the difference in her. I see it. Also, my friends, I mean, just take a patch, put it on the palm of your hand and see how you feel. Go outside, walk barefoot. I mean, it's that simple. People think that when they go on vacation and they go on the ocean and they walk on the beach, oh, my vacation, it was so relaxing. I feel so grounded. I feel so wholesome and peaceful. I mean, why do you think that is? I mean, I say a lot of it has to do with grounding. I mean, a lot of people spend their days on the beach in the wet sand. So
That's right.
I'm
That's
grounded.
right. That's right. Why do you think surfers are so cool? See,
Yeah.
here, I met your mom, by the way, Olivia. You meet Elizabeth's mom, you can see what's happening. She doesn't play around. She's real cool. I had dinner with her. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where that was. Oh, it doesn't
It was
matter.
in Detroit for the premiere.
Detroit. It was in Detroit. The other part to this, though, is when we talk about the success of grounding, and if you are going to share somebody your own personal experience. For me, I think it's the amazing sleep, and it's the dreams. That's what I really think, because that's my personal experience. Elizabeth, what's the one thing that you want to have people know about your own personal experience?
Well, it's two things. It's the pain. I don't have any pain in my body anymore when I wake up. I mean, I literally used to wake up in a lot of pain. My lower back would kill me all the time. So no pain, zero pain when I get up. And the other thing is breath. My breath has changed. I breathe way deeper, and that alone has changed my whole life. So,
Olivia?
It woke me up. It literally woke me up to see that there was a bigger life for myself. It for me, it was more, became more conscious, and it literally changed my life. And I feel like I was sleepwalking for quite some time.
Yeah, I felt the same thing, Olivia. I did. I found myself nearly immediately like making plans for the day, like organizing my head. Before, I was kind of lazy in that fog, right? And just kind of got through it, but no, I found myself completely organized. I think that's part of Elizabeth's secret too, as well, because she's got so many things going on, complicating my life when I don't need to get complicated. There's only one way you can get through all of that, and that is a clear thought process.
And my heart, it opened my heart. My heart had been shut off. It was on lockdown. And the day I was grounded, that day at that conference, my heart opened up.
Yeah, it's so much fun to do. Can I ask you guys? Okay, again, I'm not dispensing with medical advice, but I'm going to ask. A lot of people complain about like sciatic nerves, and they got a pain in their ass, right? They got this. Is this something? Can you put a patch on your on your ass before you go to bed, and will it help something like that?
It will. You can put it on your foot. If you want to put it on your ass, you can. But if you put it on K1, it will help.
Yeah.
And plantar fasciitis. It helps also with that. But I know about because I drive a lot, so I know about that sciatic nerve over there. And because like I just drive hours and hours and just get to my place and put a patch on and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
No chiropractor, nothing. Just
right.
the patch.
What do you think about that, Olivia? Patch on the butt?
I think if you can sleep that way, then get it on.
I keep calling. I'm talking. I'm talking to Elizabeth. I need.
I know.
So, Elizabeth, what do you think? Patch on the butt?
Yeah, I put patches. If I could cover my entire body into a patch, I roll my whole body into a patch if I could. But no, I used to have problems with my lower back, with my sciatic nerve. I used to, because I was a chef after the whole gymnastics thing. And so I would have to stay up on my feet for literally 8 to 12 hours a day, like nonstop. We weren't allowed to sit. So I had pain shooting down my legs. I mean, my legs would go numb because it would be so painful. So, I
Right.
mean, like I said, I don't have back pain anymore. I don't have it. It's not there. It's non-existent. So
Right.
that's all grounding, all grounding.
And what about, and I'm asking, does location matter? I understand this makes sense, right? The lungs.
Mm-hmm.
What always made sense to me is like the bottom of the feet or the feet, because that's just connected to your whole body, right? Left and right. And that made a lot of sense. But what about the backs of the shoulders or the neck or location for something specific? Does that matter?
You
Yes.
can put it on the location. You can definitely put it on the location, or you can put it the way we talked about it, but you can put it on the location. And sometimes people feel better that way. They feel because it is going to work there. And I have somebody that is going through some neck pain. And so he was putting it on his neck, and it made him feel better. And so you can put them wherever you need. Like Elizabeth says, she sleeps with quite a few on. So if you can patch yourself up that way and just get all the spots and get it handled, do it.
Here's my thought process on that, because I mean, if you put it on the bottoms of your feet, your meridians run all through your body, right? From your K1 spot. So it's great. So that patch, it floods that area with a bunch of electrons. So picture just a flood of electrons whoosh going in, right? So I'm picturing now, mind me, I'm not a doctor. I'm not so, but this is my thought process on this, and it makes logical sense. So when the electrons are traveling up through your meridians, right? And you have an issue, let's say in your ankle, let's say you have an issue in your knee, let's say you have an issue in your thigh, in your muscle there. You're losing electrons on the way up, right? On the travel upwards from the bottom of your foot, which is why I love to put the patches sometimes on places where I'm injured or I may have some pain, because it floods that specific area with electrons. So instead of getting not as many electrons from the bottoms of your feet, you're literally flooding the area that needs the electrons the most right there, like right there. Boom. That's my thought process.
I haven't. Oh, go ahead, Olivia. I haven't experimented. Oh, wait, I'll look this way. Go ahead, Olivia.
I think it's what's best for the individual. What we teach everybody is the bottom of the feet and the hands, and there are acute situations where you need to move them around, and exactly what Elizabeth just said. So I just say experiment with them and see what works for you.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. The only change I have done is from the bottom of my feet to on the outside of each foot, just right below the ankle. That's the only change. But you've got me thinking about that. Maybe I should do something more localized. But here's the other. But I don't have anything whack going on. You know what I mean? You're right.
Feel good, then just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you feel good.
Can I put them on my face? Will it make me?
I have
on his third eye. My kid puts them right here on his third eye. He literally sticks right here. Will this make me smarter? Boom, right there. I'm like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, or it could open something up right there.
No, I'm not playing around. Are you being?
No, I'm not playing around either.
Seriously, I've worn them there before. I've worn them.
You might try it during meditation.
I could see Gabe doing that 4 on his forehead.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, he's with it.
Yeah, I'm going to get smarter today. What are you doing, Gabe? I'm getting smarter. 8 patches.
For real.
But yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But back to both of your points, both of you, is that I'm not experiencing anything, like crazy anymore. I'm not. All the things that were bothering me, a little bit of sciatic, it's gone. A little bit of back that we all do from sleeping strange and stuff, it's gone. The color in my face. I mean, look. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Think that 5 years ago, if this was happening, you know I had makeup on, but no, it's nuts. It's really, really crazy how it's changed my appearance. And I think the other part of that is, so I don't feel the need to do anything local, but I'm going to mess with it. But the other thing is, I like to sleep comfortably, but I find myself in the same position in the morning that I was in when I went to sleep.
Mhm.
How nuts is that? Who sleeps like that? You know, I've got the remote control to the TV.
Uh-huh.
You wake up like that? Who
Yeah.
does that? That is a gnarly, wonderful night of sleep.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
You can
Yeah.
thank your beauty pillow for how beautiful your face looks. Our pillow cover, I call it the beauty pillow.
The beauty pillow.
Mhm.
And how isn't that a healthy thing? Knowing that you're getting healthier, if you can tell people that you're dreaming great, right?
Mhm.
Because if you're not getting a good night's sleep, you're waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep. You're never getting into that dream state,
Yeah.
right? You're just not. You're uncomfortable. You're this, you're that, and you don't get to go there. Then you don't get to brag the next day about the dreams that you had. That's an indication of a solid night's sleep, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
Okay, you guys, have I worn you out?
No. No, we're here.
Right.
And I'm just messing with you. See, with two guests, I always love that. I like that. Remember in Pulp Fiction, when she says to John Travolta, she goes, "Uncomfortable silence." Remember that scene where they're at the diner at the Jim Rabbit's diner drinking shakes? You remember that?
Mhm.
Comfortable silence. So as we close out here, I want each of you to tell us about your favorite story in the book, and I'm sure that you guys both have different parts. Olivia, you first.
Well, gosh.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Stacy's story. Stacy plays the act because she's a very dear friend of mine, and she had breast cancer, and it was stage 3, and she recovered, and her whole story regarding what her doctor could see, and how he was in awe of how everything was happening to her body and how she was healing. And she has 3 daughters, and I wanted her to live so desperately. And she's living cancer free.
Where's your dog?
She's in somewhere, I don't know.
Okay, I want you to bring her in before the end of the show. Everybody, you have to see Olivia's dog. I mean, I'm not talking about Olivia. Can you bring her in?
Okay.
Oh man.
Elizabeth, what's your favorite story in the book?
My favorite story is probably Brisa's story. She had a very unique situation. She had what's called a Pons stroke, and that's where you have a stroke and you get locked inside of your body. You're fully conscious, but you're in coma state. You can't move, you can't talk, but you know everything that's going on around you. And during that state, she had to get put on a breathing machine, a trach. And so that caused a lot of scar tissue. So what had happened was she would have to go back to the doctor every couple months after she came out of this stroke, out of this coma. And they would have to basically scrape the scar tissue out of her throat so she could breathe, so she could eat, so she could talk, right? And the first time she grounded, her voice came back full-fledged. You could see a round red circle around the surgery area. It was a perfect circle, which was amazing. We were actually there to see. Oh my God.
I know, right?
I'm sorry, I love dogs.
Me too.
I'm so distracted. Oh,
look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh, she loves you so
She's so happy right now.
Oh, she
She's
is.
So and she's also grounded. She has her own grounding bed.
Oh, that's important.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't even think you can ground pets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
Yes, you need to, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is in the background behind Olivia's chair, you see her grounding kit all plugged in. So how do you ground your pets?
Well, she sleeps on a throw. We have a throw. We have grounding pads for dogs, but she sleeps on a soft plush throw, which is a grounding throw, and they're very nice. And that's what Bodhi sleeps on.
I haven't. Hey, Bodhi, how you doing?
Look at her.
Bodhi, look at that face. Bodhi, I'm over here, Bodhi. Bodhi. So are those the throws that you're talking about? Are they on the site? I didn't see those.
They should be on the Mother Earth site, yes, and they're very nice, plush, and you can put them on your couch while you're watching TV and cover yourself with them. It's a very, very nice product. They have silver in them. They're not as grounded as some of our other products. But they work really well. I tend to send them when I'm first grounding.
Oh man, I gotta get one of these.
Yeah, they're really nice. They are. It's actually the pillow and that throw are my favorite products.
Yeah, I like the car one too for the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
those are very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty happening.
If
No,
you send me your address and I'll send you a throw and some flip flops.
Elizabeth's got all that. Elizabeth, you know what to do. So do you do presentations, Olivia? Are you out there speaking?
Yes.
And do you have anything going on?
Well, I just we have a yoga mat, so that's why I was in Santa Barbara. We grounded a whole yoga studio out there, and then we went to Ojai and grounded a studio there. And then last night here in Henderson, we grounded a studio. So where people can go in and do grounded yoga. There's no cords involved or anything. It's a grounded yoga mat, and we have a system that goes on the floor to ground the mat.
Yeah, I see it right here. I mean, I have my studio done now, and I have the bedroom done. I think it's I do a lot of driving too, like yourself, and I like that idea of having that done in my driver's seat. Because I'm wearing shoes at that point, and I'm disconnecting from Mother Earth. I absolutely love this. Elizabeth, what do we have coming up next? What are we doing together?
I think the next thing that we're doing, Jimmy, is the Conscious Awards, right? I'm pretty sure.
And so that's April, May, June,
July 30th. No. We're coming out to Cali for the award show.
I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. What am I even saying?
Yeah.
I'm starting to hit withdrawals.
I know. You should be here now. We're filming so many shows here. It's Roderick's birthday tomorrow. We got people. It's a full house here. We're filming shows.
Is Roderick out there right now?
Yeah, he is. Yep. Roderick's here. Nikki's here. Nina's here. Everybody's here. Courtney's here.
You know what? I feel really bad. So
come on down. Come on down.
When you go out and see Nikki, we were supposed to do guitar lessons together last weekend. And I didn't do it. So go out there and go, Jimmy feels like crap.
Okay.
Feels awful.
Okay.
For me, please. I spaced it. We had it all planned, and then I got wrapped up working for you guys, and I got all wrapped up, and I'm blaming you and Billy for this. But we had a date for a guitar lesson, and so please, Nikki's too special. Please don't. I don't want her to be mad. You guys have fun. Just thank you so much. The book is available, everybody. The links are below. We've got them there. We've got them over on our website, and we have them throughout social media. I've also popped it up in the chat room tonight, both on YouTube and also over on Facebook. Get the book. It's great. Get grounded. Understand grounding and enjoy life. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Elizabeth, go tell everybody I said hello.
I will.
Bodie. I'll see. Look at Bodie's sleeping. Look.
I know, she's so cute. I love her.
I know she's full grown. She's 6 pounds, so that's why she can travel with me everywhere.
Oh.
And you got to come by and hang out with me, Olivia, next time you drive through my town. Okay?
I will. I'll give you a holler and let you babysit Bodie.
Love it. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So grateful. Thank you.
Yes.
The absolute very best. Thank you so much. And again, Olivia Smith and Elisabeth Hoekstra, the book is The Mother Earth Effect. I am grounded. I have been talking about this for months. It's a game changer. It's a true paradigm shift. Go and do it. Walk outside. Take your shoes off. Get grounded. The book is The Mother Earth Effect. The links are below. It's all throughout social media. Get yourself grounded. And with that, I want everybody to have a great, safe, fun, and amazing weekend. I'll see everybody on Monday. Thank you so much. What a great week on Fade to Black. It's been absolutely tremendous. And next week, very special, on Wednesday, we got Chuck Fay here from China. He's going to be live with me here in the studio. It's going to be amazing. That's next Wednesday night. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldridge. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJ Sierra for the Game Changer Network. And this broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2023 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without the written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Until Monday here on Fade to Black, I want everybody to be safe. Go Beckley Tappy.